Have you ever realized that sometimes the moment we open our mouths, we open the door for chaos to enter our peace? We live in an age of constant noise. Opinions fire like bullets, notifications demanding attention, debates where everyone speaks, and almost no one listens. The ancient Stoics understood a secret our modern world has nearly forgotten. Whoever commands silence commands himself. In this video, you'll uncover 7 moments when keeping quiet isn't weakness. It's clarity, intelligence, and inner power. 7 instances when silence becomes your armor, your insight, your quiet strength. If you've ever regretted reacting too soon, explaining too much, or defending yourself unnecessarily, this message will reshape the way you handle people and life. Stay until the end, because lesson number 6 is the hardest to live, and also the one that forges the true Stoic spirit within you. Zeno of Citium, the father of Stoicism, once said, "It's better to stumble with your feet than with your tongue." Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "Nothing external can harm you unless you allow it." And Seneca taught, "Silence itself can be a response, and often the noblest one." To the Stoics, silence was not an absence of sound. It was the presence of reason. It was the conscious decision, not to hand over control of your mind to reckless speech. In a time where opinions are instant and reflection is rare, silence has become a hidden superpower. To be quiet today is to speak loudly but with grace. And perhaps it's the finest mark of emotional maturity. 1. When you're unfairly criticized. When someone twists your intentions or judges you without knowing the full story, your first impulse might be to defend yourself. But Stoicism reminds us, what others believe about you is beyond your control. Your peace lies only in your reaction. Marcus Aurelius said, "If someone speaks ill of you, remember, their opinion doesn't define you. Let your calmness speak for you. Time and truth are the best witnesses." Integrity, practiced quietly, is the strongest defense a person can have. 2. When anger begins to rise. Anger is like fire. It starts small but devours everything when fed. Epictetus once said, "Anyone can be angry, but to stay composed while angry, that is strength." When the flame rises inside, don't fight it. Observe it. Breathe. Every breath is a thread, holding your composure together. Each pause is a wall between peace and regret. Words born from rage hit wrong targets. Between impulse and action lies your freedom. Silence and anger isn't surrender. It's self-protection and wisdom at work. 3. When surrounded by boasting. Some people turn every moment into a performance. They talk to impress, not to connect. Seneca wrote, "Those who boast the loudest often carry the greatest doubts." Silence here is quiet confidence. You don't need to compete or prove anything. Let them have the stage. You have the peace. True strength doesn't need to announce itself. When conversations turn into contests, your calm presence says more than any victory ever could. 4. When caught in gossip or rumor. Rumors are smoke. The more you fan them, the thicker they get. Seneca reminded us, the best reply to slander is to live well. You don't need to chase falsehoods. Truth doesn't panic. It walks calmly and always arrives. Ask yourself, is this truly worth my words? Or is it just my pride seeking justice? Often, the best response is a quiet, steady integrity. If you must speak, do it once, clearly, briefly, then let it rest. The less you feed gossip, the quicker it starves. 5. When ignorance speaks loudly. Not every argument deserves your energy. Some conversations are not about truth. They're about ego. Epictetus warned, "Arguing with fools wastes your serenity." When someone debates to dominate, not understand, step back. Not from fear, but from wisdom. Protect your mind's stillness. Silence in the face of ignorance is quiet leadership. It's a refusal to be dragged into noise. In a world desperate to be right, peace is the rarest rebellion. 6. When you encounter injustice. Few experiences test the soul like being treated unfairly. Injustice tempts you toward anger and revenge, but Stoicism teaches a higher path. Marcus Aurelius said, The best revenge is not to become like your oppressor. Socrates faced death calmly. Nelson Mandela walked out of prison without hatred. They understood that silence can prepare the ground for wise action. To remain calm in the face of injustice is not to accept it. It's to choose dignity over destruction. The silence of integrity always echoes longer than noise. 7. When you're insulted or provoked, words can sting, but only if you let them in. Epictetus said, if someone offends you and you become angry, you've chosen to be offended. Silence in that moment is emotional independence. Each insult is a test. Will you surrender your calm or keep your mastery? Think of the ocean. People throw stones into it daily, yet it stays vast, unmoved, unbroken. Be the sea. If you must respond, let be gentle. I understand that's your view. Then move forward. Insults fade quickly when they find no echo. The strength behind silence. Some may ask, won't silence make me look weak? That's the illusion. The silence we speak of isn't fear, it's command. It's the power to decide when words are necessary. Don't confuse volume with power. Falling rocks make noise, but it's the quiet river that shapes them over time. Silence is the home of awareness. It's where clarity lives. When you practice it, people stop trying to provoke you because they realize their noise no longer controls you. How to practice it daily. Try this in traffic, at work, during a tough conversation. Before reacting, breathe. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Ask yourself, will speaking now bring peace or just soothe my ego? If it's the latter, choose quiet. In most cases, silence solves what words complicate. Each moment of restraint builds an inner fortress. You stop needing to win every conversation. You simply win yourself. The final reflection. Notice how silence changes perception. Noisy people lose credibility. Calm ones gain it. When you speak less, your words carry the weight of wisdom. You're heard not because you shout, but because your calm commands attention. That's how silence multiplies influence, not by forcing others to listen, but by inspiring them to. Applying the 7 lessons. This week, try this. When criticized, let truth defend you. When angry, breathe before replying. When others boast, stay centered. Amid gossip, stay grounded. When ignorance shouts, guard your serenity. When faced with injustice, act with dignity. When insulted, remain the ocean, calm and deep. These aren't theories, they're disciplines. Practice daily. They transform chaos into calm. Master yourself, master life. At the end of it all, you must answer one question. Do you want to be ruled by the noise of the world? Or do you want to rule yourself? The Stoics answered simply, rule yourself, and the world loses power over you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, don't waste time debating what a good person should be. Be one. Speaking is easy. Silence is mastery. Every time you choose the right silence, you strengthen your greatest power, awareness, because whoever commands their words commands their destiny, and whoever commands silence commands their inner world and the course of their life. If this message inspired you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that peace isn't found in noise, but in quiet strength. And remember to follow this channel, because every lesson you learn here is another step toward mastering yourself. See you in the next reflection.